All right. Waiting on my guest. Oh, my guest hadn't forgot. I'm excited about this episode. What up, y'all? Who's watching? I am waiting on my guest. They're not in. I don't know why they're not in, but this is going to be a really good show. This is actually a really big show if my guest shows up. What's up? Let's see. Oh, I had two people. Now we're down to one. Man, I wish people would stay in here for longer than a minute. Now we're down to zero. Man, it'd be nice if we could get people to stay in here for the whole show instead of just a minute or two and then leaving. I'm waiting on my guest, Tricord. I got Jermaine Nixon, the lead singer of Tricord, and I have Charles Martin, the lead guitarist, and the rest of the band of the Christian rock group Tricord coming on. I told them 7 p.m. Central. I tagged them in all the flyers. I sent Charles a link to the show earlier, and then I sent him a link to the online event to share out, but he hadn't seen my message yet, so I don't know if he's been online today or not. I know that he was fired up about this. I'm fired up about this. I'm not going to be able to do one tomorrow. And we have 0 people watching. Man, I wish those 2 people that were in here would have stayed. But no matter, we will. Had this whole show planned out. Got some cool music I'm going to play, and I am fired up about this. I love these guys at Tricord. How's everybody doing? Let me know where you're watching from. Don't just watch. Comment back and forth. That'd be awesome. Hey, there he is.
Man, I'm slacking, brother.
What's up?
Been a long day.
Oh, I bet.
I just got out the shower. I've been crawling underneath a trailer and spiders and all kinds of
Ooh,
stuff.
yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah,
been a day for sure. Trying to get
you
this
were
fan to
like
stop so it's not like a strobe light in here.
you were like me, busier than a one-armed trombone player.
Man, it never ends. Got to go back and do some more tomorrow.
Mm,
Am I
that
the only
sounds
one on right now?
yes.
Man, look at us slacking. Let me let me message Jermaine real quick.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, you can copy and paste that link to him. It's gonna be super cool. I'm fired up about this. All right, so while he's doing that, let me post their link here.
All right.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Drop the ball on you, brother.
That's all right.
All right, come on. Let me copy. No, stop doing that.
Yes, I am just posting y'all's Facebook link. Let's see. And paste. Booyah. And let's copy that. Copy. Boom. And let's see that. Post. Sweet. There's the link. I'm going to highlight that. And then let's see. Let me post it in my scrolling message. Edit. And paste. And let's see. Save. Sweet. There we go. All right. Let's see.
All right, I finally got the guy's attention.
All right.
Man, what a day. I literally just got out the shower and looked at my phone, and it was like, we're about to start. I was like, oh, man.
It's all right. Hey, I ain't got no strict schedule. Um, it don't bother me one bit as long as you're on. Let's see. Some reason my screen. Okay. Yep.
Now I got to go put a hat on because my hair is looking crazy, even though I just got out the shower.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know why my
Add
brain thought it was
stage.
next week that we were supposed to be on it.
Oh, you would. There we go. I'm not
All
alone.
right.
Hold
What
on.
up, fellas?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Stupid Bluetooth. Hold on.
All right. Let's see. I don't know why, but my thing is not doing right.
Hold on. I'm trying to fix.
Cool. Everybody watching this, y'all share this live. Share it out.
Oh, that's right.
Crapola. I normally do this on my laptop. I might. Do I have time to get my laptop set up,
Yeah.
or just do it on the headphones?
Are you
Can y'all
good?
hear me good?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you. So Jeff Brooks is watching. Hey, from Iowa. What up, Jeff?
What's going on, brother?
Glad to see my brother Jeff tuned
Can y'all
in.
hear me?
Yes.
All right. Cool.
And so I'll be playing y'all's new single "Liar" tonight, which is cool. And one thing
Hey.
about StreamYard is if you have a second device like computer or another phone, it lets you listen to the song playing. And I don't know why StreamYard does it that way. And StreamYard's finally getting an app. They have an app for the Apple Store, and they're supposed to be coming out with an Android app. They come out with an Android app, that'd be a game changer. And maybe with the Android app, you'll be able to hear the song playing without having to have a second device. What up, Jeff? Jeff says, "Let's go." So
Let's go.
I'm fired up too, Jeff. I've been listening to these guys for a while now, and shout out to Aaron Hobbs and Resurrection Records. These guys are signed to them,
Captain our captain.
and that guy he came on my podcast a little over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, whenever it was, and he's one cool cat. And I told him this recently that Resurrection Records is, in my opinion, the biggest and best independent Christian label out there.
Pretty kind words there, brother.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that, man.
Because there's so many diverse artists, like my boy Aaron Kenneth Cowles goes by AK the Christian Rapper. He's on the same label with y'all, and he's been on my show a bunch of times, and I talk to him daily, seems like. And Jeff says, "Amen. These dudes are lit." And so, like, I've been listening to Christian music for a long time, and now that I work with Jason at Quake Radio, Quake stands for King Without a Crown every day. And we play underground Christian rap music, we play worship music, and we play Christian rock music. And so now that I got this new song downloaded from Amazon Music, I'm going to add it to the station rotation. That way we can get y'all's music going through there. And we have a program we do at midnight called the Midnight Mayhem Rock Show. And we have a Facebook page for that as well. But let's see, let me add him back in here. So the Midnight Mayhem Show goes from all the way from midnight to the morning hours, and it's just nothing but Christian rock all night long. And then during the day, we mix all three genres together. So the song will also be playing on it too, as well as the Midnight Mayhem Show, which is cool. And it'll help with the Christian Music Weekly Rock Charts too.
The station rotation. I like how you worded that.
That's just I ain't real fancy, so. Okay, so Jeff wants to know, where are you guys from?
I live in Ludwig, Georgia. I'm a Georgia boy.
I live in Jessup, Georgia. It's southeast Georgia.
Yeah, and I'm in Middle Tennessee, Cookeville area, Baxter, Tennessee.
Awesome. I love Georgia and Tennessee. Georgia and Tennessee is my neighbors. I'm in LA and Lower Alabama.
Nice.
And yeah, it's I tell people, yeah, I'm from LA. Really? Yeah, Lower Alabama.
That's true.
So, y'all be sure and share this. Let's see. Let me share this out.
I'm gonna go share it on the page real quick.
Awesome.
I can't find the laptop. I hope I didn't leave it at Murray Hill.
Ooh, that wouldn't be good. All right, I'm on my computer here, so I'm gonna share this out while I'm at it. Cool thing about a Windows computer, you can download the Facebook Windows app, and that's easy to use. We got 3 people in here. Thanks for watching, Jeff. So tell everybody about y'all's music, when y'all got started, your history.
All right, I'll give it a go. Tricord actually started back right around the COVID period in 2020. It was a rebranding of a band that Jermaine was previously in, and I was actually the last member added as a 5-piece band, and then over time we dwindled down to a 3-piece, and then now we're back to a 4-piece. But I'll let Jermaine do the name if he gets unfroze or whatever he's got going on. But there's like 40 something names that they had originally thought about using, and they dwindled it down. And Jermaine was in his word one day, and tricord comes from Ecclesiastes 4:12 about seagulls, braided cord and double braided cord, and then the tricord braided cord. Blah, I got tongue tied. Anyways, Jermaine basically prayed about it, and it was revealed to him, and that's the one we wound up using. Aaron is our newest member, Mr. Dynamite down there holding down the low end. He is our newest member, and also we have his friend Pinball, who's been helping us a lot on drums here lately. He's like our honorary drummer when Crash can't make it to events and stuff. So we kind of are a 5-piece or potentially 6-piece with some fill-ins and stuff like that. But yeah, we try to do our own thing, have a little bit of a different sound than the norm. kind of aiming for like a new metal rapcore type thing with our new songs that we're trying to write for this album. And God's blessed this ministry, man. Over the past 6 years, He's opened many doors and many great opportunities. We've performed with some great artists. We've worked with some great producers. You know, our entire label is one big family. We call it the Resurrection Mafia. We all kind of, if we all hungry, we gonna eat together too, type deal. So
I like
that's
it.
what it's all about.
I like it. Resurrection Mafia. That's pretty good. That's cool right there.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Jeff says, "Do y'all have a concert schedule posted somewhere? Because if y'all out this way within 6 hours, I'm gonna be there."
Where you at, Jeff?
So he's in Iowa.
Iowa.
What's
All right.
up?
Here's Maine back.
There he is.
Hey, I'm back. My bad.
Man, I had to do all the talking and stuff, man. Believe it or not.
Good job.
Man, we don't have anything going close to Iowa, really.
Iowa, the closest thing we would have, yeah, not, oh man. Yeah, we don't have anything close there.
I'm
Something in
geographically
Missouri.
retarded.
Yeah, maybe Missouri. I mean, like, I'm trying to think 6 hours from Iowa. You know, that doesn't.
Hey, Jeff, how about you get something set up and bring us to Iowa?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The Des Moines area, for sure, because they got a zombie burger there. And if you've never
Zombies.
eaten zombie burger in Des Moines, Iowa, good night.
So does it taste so good? Makes you like your old family?
How about you get something set up and bring us?
So it's like a zombie burger. So it's just like a zombie themed restaurant. They've got burgers like the Dead Elvis and all these different burgers. Man, it's just, I think that last time I was up there, there's 2 locations. One's like a freestanding one, and one's in the mall. And there's some good food right there. Oof.
Wow, that's awesome. Daniel Stalinsky says, "What's up?"
What up, Daniel?
What's up, Danny Bro?
Joshua Transfeld, what's up, guys?
What's up, Josh? What's up, brother?
TJ Wingard.
Beauty for ashes.
Beauty from ashes.
All right, so while we're on the subject of, thank you, Henry, for posting the verse of the day. I want to see if I can read that. Verse of the day, Matthew 16:24, NIV. And Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me." Heavenly Father, thank you for the truth spoken by your Son, the gospel of Matthew 16:24. Lord, you have called me to something greater than comfort. You have called me to follow you. Teach me how to deny myself daily, strip away my pride, my selfish desires, anything that stands in the way of your will. And then I can't read the rest, but that's awesome. Thanks, Henry.
Thank you, Henry.
So, all right, so I got something cool to run by you guys. So I have about 2 years ago, you can go on my ministry's YouTube, which is Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries, and I got a video. I like to film concerts. And I used to just use my cell phone, but now since I work on the weekends in the dirt track community, I have a camera I use to film dirt track races with, and now I use it to. Besides that, I use it to film shows with, music shows. And about 2 years ago, I went. Me and Cliff, my buddy Cliff, that helps me in my ministry, we went and saw a Disciple in concert. And it was in Pale City, Alabama, which is 3.5 hours from me. And I said, man, that's a long ways away. But you know what? I've never seen Disciple. And I've seen them 4 times total since then. But like I told Cliff, I said, man, we're going to see Disciple. They've been on my bucket list, favorites list for a long time. And so Cliff said, okay, let's go. And I'm sure y'all have heard of the website Bands in Town, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bands in Town was advertising the show, and it was advertised as a free show. I was like, okay, that's cool. That works for me. And well, Bands in Town had on their website, keep checking back for more info. Keep checking back. There was zero info. All I knew was it was a free show and Disciple had advertised it. Well, I reached out to Josiah Prince, and Josiah says, I asked him on Messenger on his personal page, I said, hey man, y'all still doing that concert? He said, yes. And I believe he said that he didn't know a whole lot about the show either, other than it was still on and it was a free show. I was like, okay, great. And I said, the reason why I ask is because I just want to know if it's going to rain or not, because we live a long ways away. So we get up there, and me and Cliff get there. We get there 5 minutes before Disciple goes on stage. And the guy that was on the stage, I don't remember who it was, but he was thanking everybody. Turns out it was like 2 or 3 bands that played before Disciple. And I ain't gonna lie, I was upset. I was like, Cliff, I said, if I'd have known there was gonna be a festival or whatever this is, I still don't know what that event was. I just said, if I'd have known, it was gonna be more bands, we'd have came earlier and we'd have heard these other bands too. And he said the same thing. And so I said, well, Bands in Town dropped the ball. And I'm not bashing them by no means because they're a multi-billion-dollar operation. And so I'm sure there's times where they messed up, just anybody would. So I went home after the concert, got the whole show. Disciple had like an hour and something set, plus Kevin's testimony. And so I put it on my YouTube, and fast forward to last year, I went to looking up Christian rock shows because I'm the marketing director with a radio station. And I said, I got to find some Christian rock shows to go to because there's not many down this way in Alabama, unless you look out and get Winter Jam or Sunday Slumber comes down every so often. And so I went to 12 different band websites for different bands, and I had forgot some of them that I listened to. I was like, wait a second. I Google search. I was like, oh yeah, this band, that band. So I went to all these different band websites searching for dates. And then I said, I felt the Lord put it on my heart, say, well, why don't you come up with a website that's just for Christian rock musicians? And I was like, okay, well, that's a good idea. I'll roll with it. So I built me a website, and it's not 100% finished, but I got a website and stuff just for Christian rock musicians to get their show dates out.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what I call it is called Spirit Burning. And how I got the name is I'm a huge fan of Ian Barnett. His artist name is ASAP Preach. And he is in my top 3 list of favorite Christian rappers I listen to. And I actually got to meet him in concert. And he's a super awesome guy. And he has a song called Spirit Burning. And the song's basically about being on fire for the Lord and just telling everybody about Jesus. So I asked him one day on Messenger, I said, hey man, I said, do you mind if I use your song, the name of your song, Spirit Burning, for the name of my website? And he said, bro, that'd be awesome. He just pretty much said, that'd be cool. He gave me his blessing. I was like, yeah, man. So I had my friend Ron Southern come up with a logo, and I used the name. And so I'm going to roll with that. And I've got a interactive calendar that I can put show dates to, called Talkify is the name of the company. And then the Talkify will update to my website and have show dates. And I want to try to get, and I got a special going for artists. If any artists, this is probably my 4th website I've built, so it's not exactly the Taj Mahal websites, but it's a start. And so I got a deal going for artists. If there's any artist or band that wants to, for $20 a year, I will promote their band, their show dates, and everything on the website, plus all the podcasts I work with and social medias. And I got a bunch of cool stuff I'm doing with the website too. Also, I have a feature on there for the music video of the month, and I'm going to start doing a contest to where artists can have their fans vote for a video, and it's got to be a lyric video or an official video, and the one with the most votes will get featured on the website for a month, and then it'll rotate out.
That is awesome.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So I hope and
We'll be
pray
down.
it take. Okay.
Well,
And-
saying
We'll be
save
down
my
for
money
that.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Just hit me up, and I'll send you the link. Actually, let me look see if I got it right here. Okay. So there's my link scrolling at the bottom. It's not exactly finished, but what if anybody joins the $20 a year deal I have? What that will go towards is the upgrade of the website. Right now, it's just a free website, but once I get it upgraded, it'll be either a monthly package or a yearly package. I'll pay GoDaddy, and it'll have more features with it too. So I'm excited to get that going.
Yeah, man, that'd be
That's
cool.
awesome.
We'll totally be down for that. We'll totally be
Okay.
jump on it. We'll be your first
Okay,
artist
great.
if you want us to be.
Okay, great, and I appreciate everybody that's watching. If y'all keep the prayers going that this turns out pretty good, because like I told Cliff, I said, look, I said, I felt like the Lord telling me to do this, because when I felt like they dropped the ball that day on that show, I said, well, they cover 30,000 genres, let's just say, of however many music that's out there. And I figure there
Yeah.
needs to be one specific website just for Christian rock musicians. And it needs to be a simple 1 to 2 page website. Nothing super over the top and extravagant. Just artists need to get their fans to follow where their music's at. And
Yeah. For
I don't
sure.
really know of anybody that does. And I highly suggest, if somebody wants to do one for Christian rap music. I can't do it. I ain't got enough time in the day. But I feel like Christian rock is a genre that needs to be out there. TJ Wingard praying that Tricord comes to Columbus, Georgia, or near Columbus, Georgia.
Yo, TJ, try to get a setup over there, man.
So Jeff says, I'm working, so roll some tunes, bro. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Tell me about the new song Liar, and tell me what that's about.
Ooh, liar. uh so the new song Liar. Liar is just as what it talks about, Satan is the father of lies, and we are fed lies through all kinds of different social medias, the media itself, mental lies and things of that nature, spirits that constantly nag us and try to make us believe these lies, and we bite off these lies and these things that aren't the truth of God and God's truth for us. And so liar is just pretty much like a jab back saying, like, man, I know you're lying. I know these things are lies, and I refuse to accept these lies, and I refuse to have these lies keep me from believing what God has called me to and the purpose that He wants me to fulfill.
Very cool. I like it. So I'm going to hit the play button, and we're going to play this song, and we're going to rock out.
Hey.
I love that song. I played it before I came on the show. This is so fire, called The Fire Department.
It's all I hear is lies. You're full of pride. It's what I can't describe.
Woo!
That song is so
Okay.
fun.
Look, I hear the fire trucks in the background. There's like 10 of them coming this way.
I think
Damn,
my
that fire
dog's
truck
playing
put
back there
that
too. I got my dog churning up back here and everything.
out. Hey, you know if the dog gets crunk, that's a good song.
Lucky my
Right?
baby wasn't in here. Boy, she be dancing all over this room. She loves that song.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. This a clap from the audience,
Yeah.
Nice.
Woo! Appreciate that.
and because the song is extra good, we're gonna give it a.
Oh. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, that's a good song. I thoroughly enjoyed that song. And look, y'all got to go to Amazon Music, download that song. And y'all got any CDs for sale?
Uh, from our EP, we do.
Okay, cool.
We're trying to get rid of those because we're trying to get ready for another album.
Oh, look, you best believe I'm gonna be getting this because I collect CDs, and I don't know if you can see behind me here. This CD wood bookshelf I built. It's like close to 400 CDs, so I'll be adding Tricord to the collection.
Let's go.
Because
We're gonna have to do
like,
some vinyls.
look, I
Yeah,
got
buddy.
CDs upon CDs.
Oh
Well,
man. All right, go ahead.
vinyls is good too.
Oh, hold on. He wants to see the CD. Look.
Yeah, honor and glory. Oh, look at there. There you go.
That's only because I don't have a vinyl yet.
I have the one and
Hey,
only vinyl of that EP in the whole band, and it's only because my wife got it as a Christmas gift one year.
Like three,
nice.
4 years ago.
And you know, a
Tim
lot of
said,
people
"What's
don't
the
realize
CD?"
this. Yeah, he said, "What's the CD?" Look, let me tell you what's cool about CDs like this honor and glory CD here. You can get a CD autographed. The sound quality is better than an MP3 or a stream song. The bands make more money because the money goes mostly directly to the band if you buy direct from the band. They don't require
Hmm.
internet to play, and you can get CDs autographed. I got dozens and dozens of CDs autographed, and you can't get a digital stream autographed.
Straight up.
And
No, you can't.
I'm gonna go ahead and be real with you. I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna go ahead and say this: Spotify does not pay artists. Y'all need to pay your artists.
Agreed. And Spotify also likes to take down people's music for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Two
Yes. In other
times.
words, Spotify, you suck.
Yeah. They done tried us
We
2 times.
They done tried us
Really?
3 times, and we
Three
still haven't
times.
got our e-packs back on there.
What?
They
Oh
don't believe
yeah.
that people love us this much.
Yeah. Look, who do I need to email and reach out to and let them know the people want to hear Tricord on Spotify?
I don't know. Whoever is in charge of Spotify, I guess.
Wow, And what was it like 3 or 4 years ago when they got in trouble by the government because Spotify, like the CEO of Spotify, had a multi-million-dollar storage unit with nothing in it, and they were paying however much monthly. It's like, well, if they can pay this, why can't they pay their artists? And it was like a whole big deal. It was all over the world news. I said, man, that's stupid. It shows you that they don't care about their artists.
No, not at all.
Nope.
Let's see.
Different nowadays.
Hey, I sent money via Cash App to Tricord before.
Facts.
Okay.
Tim
So let me
is definitely.
All right, I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna pull up on my Google here. I'm gonna pull up your website. So y'all go to the website. You have merch, CDs, all kind of stuff on your website.
No, we don't have our merch stuff on the website, but we do have a way where if you DM us on Facebook or Instagram, we can get you whatever you're asking for.
Awesome.
I mean, within
Very cool.
reason, that is.
Very cool. I tell you what, if y'all are on my bucket list to go see in concert. I've been to a lot of concerts in my life, but I have not seen Tricord, and I will. Hopefully, it'll be this year.
Okay. Okay. I hope it works out this year too for you to come.
Yeah.
The only place, what's crazy? Like, I think Alabama. The only place we've played in Alabama was Mobile, and I think we played there like twice. And it is like the same place.
Oh, look, Mobile is an hour and 20 something minutes to me. Well worth the drive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I live out in a little small redneck town of Grove Hill, which is like 1,400 people or so. But usually when you hear Christian rock concerts or Christian concerts in general, you got to go to the big city. And Mobile, yeah, it's worth the drive. I live like 2 hours from the beach. So if it's within 2 or 3 hours, I'm there.
Nice.
You should have been there in Jacksonville this weekend, man. We had a full on worship set breakout in the.
I bet that was awesome.
People crying. It was powerful, man. The spirit was moving. It was awesome.
That's my kind of concert right there.
Yeah, man.
I don't even call that one a concert. That was a worship service right there.
100%.
That was something else.
That's awesome. And I love y'all's music. I've been listening to it for quite a while now. And I don't listen to K-Love, and I'm not bashing them by no means, but like they don't play the kind of cool music like y'all's music. And so I'm thankful Jason asked me to work with him at Quake because we play the stuff that K-Love don't play. And I try to encourage people that there's more music out there than just K-Love type music. And yes, exactly. And because that stuff, and I ain't got nothing against it because we play some of it too. Like, but I like the upbeat stuff. Michael W. Smith. Let's see. There's so many different ones I can think of, and I'll listen to it. But some of it just sounds so the same.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got Christian rock music, and most of it don't sound the same. And I try to tell people, say, look, get out of your little bubble. There's more than just that style of music. Like you can hear some awesome music if you'll give this other genre a try.
Oh yeah, we have people that show up to shows like that all the time. Matter of fact, this weekend when we were on tour with Dose of Adolescence and Ignescent, that same exact thing at Murray Hill, we had a woman who said, um, this isn't really my thing. It's out of my comfort zone, but I'm willing to, try something new and open my horizons and stuff like that. And I was like, thank you for doing that. I was like, you don't understand how much that means to us because there are Christian artists in every genre and facet of music, and even some that are even like creating their own thing, man. And people, I'm throwing no shade on any of these people, but
Sure.
it's more than Brandon Lake and CC Winan and Maverick City and stuff like that. That's music out there that honors God, that represents God, that worships God in its own way and stuff. I'm about to get on a rant here, and I'm trying not to.
Oh, it's okay if you do. Look, you speak your mind, I'll speak my mind. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely outspoken and don't mind doing so. I'm just trying not to go on this whole entire rant with it and stuff. But there is more, and it's kind of it's always been kind of a little sad to me. Like I get it, like, and we've even talked about doing, like a worship cover album or whatever like that, or I hate to call it worship, but a CCM cover album, uh, and stuff like that too. But I feel like a lot of rock and metal artists do that just because, like, not just because they want to, obviously they want to put out like some rock versions of some CCM songs, but because honestly, like, you're not even acknowledged in the rock and metal community as Christians. I said it the other day to somebody. Somebody asked me about, why are we playing in a bar? Because, like, normally my wife and kid travel with us, and we were told it was a 18 plus venue, and so it sparked some questions with somebody, and they were like, why are you playing in that place, in that space and stuff? And honestly, like, it sucks because most times we're too Christian for worldly venues, and we're too, like, hard sounding for Christian venues. It's a crazy mix, but honestly, man, my heart is building the kingdom and doing what God has commanded us to do, which is to go into the world and make disciples. Jesus never told them to bring them into the temple to make disciples. He said, go into the world and make disciples. And we're supposed to preach the gospel. And we do that, man. Like, for instance, that bar that we played at, like, it was the coolest thing. We were singing, we tagged gratitude onto one of our songs at the end of one of our songs, and it was
Yeah,
the coolest thing watching people in a bar lifting their hands to worship and
Yeah.
stuff,
that's
and having those
awesome.
people come and talk to us, man. So, like, that's what it's truly about, man. Like, going out, we're able to go into these spaces, man, and minister to these broken, lost people who 9 times out of 10 just get overlooked, or feel so outcasted, or like they don't belong, that they don't feel accepted into a church house and stuff. And we're able to go into these places and into these spaces with these people and be relatable to these people and minister to these people and tell people and show, not just tell people about the love of Jesus Christ, but they get to experience the tangible love of Jesus Christ through us, and through just the postures that we present ourselves in and stuff like that and stuff. And it just sucks that people are just so close-minded to what
Yep.
who God can use and what God can use, that it sucks. I mean, literally, God used a donkey to talk to a man. If God can use a donkey to talk to a man, God can use anybody to do anything, as long as their hearts are willing and as long as their hearts are humble and they're ready to
Woo,
serve Him.
man, you're preaching. And look, the Bible says, "Go and make disciples of all nations." He doesn't say you have to only go to churches.
Mhm.
Like,
The
if y'all go to a
highways and the
bar,
hedges.
yeah, exactly. I'm not going to judge you for going to a bar, even though I don't like bars. I'm not into alcohol. I'm not going to judge you, because there's a lot of lost people that go to a bar that won't go to a church for various reasons. And you guys are reaching the lost wherever you go. So I'm all for it. Y'all go ahead. I think it's awesome. Wherever the Lord calls you to go, you speak it. That music, like, you never know who you'll reach, because all it takes is one song or one word, and somebody's like, "Hey, I need some of this Jesus fella."
Mhm.
Yep, exactly. And we try not to, like, talk or brag about it and stuff like that all the time, but we have those kind of encounters and those kind of situations happen, and when we play anywhere, man. I'm a firm believer not letting my left hand know what my right hand's doing, and I've had a lot of people tell me, man, like, you guys need to start showing it and telling it more and stuff like that. People need to know that you guys are out there doing these things and blah 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 blah. And I get what they're saying and stuff, man. But like at the same time, like I feel like it's kind of, why do I have to prove what I'm doing, what we're doing, in order for people to believe that what we are is truly more than just some rock band going and just playing some shows and stuff like that, but we're a genuine ministry. Um, people don't see, and I speak not just for Tricord, but for numerous bands who are in the Christian rock and metal community who do the very same things as we do, not just on the stage but off the stage. People don't see when we're ministering to a homeless person and buying their food for them and praying over them when they're outside of a gas station, or our waitress when we're in a restaurant and we just pick up that she's broken or something and we end up praying for her and just impacting her life greatly and stuff like that. People don't see all those things. People don't know all those things, and that's fine. Again, we don't try to let our left hand know what our right hand's doing, but at the same time, like, I know, because I've been behind the scenes long enough. I've seen more people in the rock and metal community exemplifying the heart of God and ministering at the caliber that they're supposed to minister to on stage and off stage, more than I have with certain people who are these big worship leaders who are leading people in, quote unquote, leading people to the presence of God weekly and stuff like that. And it's, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, man.
Yeah. So have y'all ever done any shows with Memphis Mayfire?
I wish.
Not
I
yet.
wish, man.
So I'm a huge fan of them, and I found
So am
out
I.
recently. I found out recently that they're all Christians, but they don't label themselves as a Christian rock band. But I love their music, so I recently bought a VIP pass to go see them in concert, and I was fired up. They played at a place in Pensacola, Florida, called the Vinyl Music Hall was the name of it. And I've never been to this venue before, but obviously it was like a worldly venue, and part of it was a bar. And the VIP pass was awesome, and they didn't get their tour posters till late. It was their Shapeshifter tour, which is this tour
Yeah.
right here, and they didn't get their tour posters till late, so they didn't get to do the one-on-one meet and greets like they wanted to do. But I got up in line, and Matty Mullins, I love his song, "Show You to the Cross," that he did, his solo song, and I played their song, "The Other Side," all the time. It's basically an anti-suicide song, and
Oh
so
man, that song. That's my
oh, I
song.
love that song, man. And I remember getting in line, and I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed they didn't do the one-on-one meet and greet, but I did get to talk with them as I was going through line to get them to autograph that poster there. And Matty Mullins was one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. Like, he was so nice to me, and I said, "Hey man, I just wanted to let you know that God has blessed y'all with an awesome gift of sharing the word of Christ through your music." And that meant the world to him. He's like, "Hey man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much." And then of course there was other people behind me, so I had to kind of rush through the line. But the way I look at it is a lot of their songs are pretty much Christian, leading people to Jesus. And so, like, I got to thinking, all these worldly people at this venue here, and there was like three other bands, and you could tell it was Rain City Drive, it was Never Tell, and there was another band I can't think, and they were
Oh
all three
sweet.
different styles, and they were good bands. And they didn't, and thankfully, I didn't hear a single cuss word in one of their songs, but you could tell by the way they talked. They were obviously worldly. Their words were, whatever. And so, but with them being on tour with Memphis May Fire, I got to thinking, I said, well, these guys are being an impact to these guys, and I'm sure they probably shared Christ with them on the tour. And then I got to thinking about all these worldly people there, and that they got to hear their music, and they would later look up what that song meant or watch the music video, and who knows what that did for them. They may have found Jesus through their music. And
Yeah.
of course, they didn't really share Jesus on stage, nothing like that. But it was still an awesome show, and it was what you expect from a band like that, just hardcore, and that was great.
That's awesome.
But I know those guys are like a lot of bands look up to them. And then Kelly McGregor, I know he's done a lot of, like he works with Joseph with 7 Day Slumber with a lot of their stuff and does a lot of mixing and mastering for a lot of artists.
Yeah,
Tim says, I saw them like 8 years ago at Zedigo in Birmingham. That's cool. Yeah, Birmingham's 2.5 hours from me. So yeah, if they get a show within Birmingham or Mobile, Tricord, I'm there.
yeah, man. Well, we could try to get something. We
Okay.
need Alabama to want to rock out.
Hey, look, like more people nowadays need to hear Jesus now more than ever. With all this crazy stuff we got going on in the world, the crazy news media, all this other stuff. People are looking for something, and hey, these guys are offering something really awesome, and it's a free gift of the salvation of Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yep.
So, do y'all have a favorite show you've ever done?
Collectively, a favorite show.
Either
Uh,
one.
yeah.
Mm.
Let me speak as the new guy since I've only really been in the band for a minute. But I honestly, Saturday night in Murray Hill was of the shows that I played with this band. Let's say the first show was in June of last year. This Murray Hill show, we were not only were as musicians were we were heavy, we were tight, but it was the first real show for me personally. Sorry, for me personally that there was freedom in it. You know what I mean? So it was like
Yeah.
it was more than just playing hard music and stuff. There was this Holy Spirit freedom in that show for me, and it was just I mean there was some heavy stuff behind the scenes that was going on beforehand with some people and it was just the level of freedom. I can't describe. I mean I've never cried playing music like. I've cried playing
Wow.
worship music, but I've been in hardcore bands my whole life. I've never cried on stage, and
Wow.
we were crying. I know Strings was crying, Jermaine was crying. Their audience was crying. It was just a blessing. It was just a blessing to be able to witness that. So that's my
That
favorite.
that is awesome.
Yeah,
So,
Murray Hill is always our favorite venue. I think Murray Hill is our favorite venue. We played some really cool shows, man. Breaking Darkness last year was really cool. KCF is always like
oh
it's
yeah.
just the best. KCF is just the best. And we could just go down the list, man. Like I don't know. It's hard to pick just a favorite. Favorite
Sure.
venue is always Murray Hill. Murray Hill is uh, it's just always a blast anytime we get to go there.
I will
And
say Saturday was definitely one of my top 5 favorite services of 6 years of doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
that's
I mean, shoot,
awesome.
Saturday was special, man.
Mexico City was pretty dope too. I mean, it's not
Oh
very often
yeah,
you get to play
man.
in Mexico.
Right.
So it was about a year and a half ago, I think it was. I had Jennifer Benson from Ignition on the show, and she was super awesome. She got a beautiful voice. What was it like playing with her and their band?
It's always fun. We have been friends with Ignescent for I don't know 4 or 5 years. We've gotten to play with them numerous times. So it was really cool being able to do a tour with them. Um, and it was cool, man. They're all super level headed people and down to earth and whatnot, man. So
That's awesome.
especially this lineup, the lineup that she's had for the last couple of years. This lineup has been they've been a great bunch of guys.
Oh yeah.
That's great. So, do y'all have a favorite band you've done a show with?
Man, I have
We've
like a
done a
top
lot.
five.
Hey, top five. That's cool. It don't matter. It ain't got to be one specific.
Well, I didn't get my opportunity to play with Relent, but that's coming this year. But the
Ooh, yes.
disciple, disciple, the protest, spoken.
Yeah. Woo. The
Mm,
protest. Yeah.
let's see, what's some other ones? Convictions. That was one of my favorites. And
Yeah.
Meadows. Meadows
Meadows, yeah.
became an instant hit for me.
Awesome.
Yeah. Dose of Adolescence. Those dudes are so cool. Their music is so much fun. Man,
Yes.
I would play. I'd go and see that band every weekend. They're super fun. I rocked their album for 4 hours on the drive home from Jacksonville. Straight,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
no
the whole
skits,
Tight.
team.
nothing. It's just so much fun, you know.
Yeah, it really is. It's
Man.
how I wish we could sound when I grow up.
It's
Well, they
like
got
Start
that
it's
just
like one
picking.
day when
SoCal
I get to
punk.
be.
They got that SoCal
No,
pop punk vibe, you know. You can't beat it.
yeah, you really can't, man. Their sound is really dope.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: when my wife is a fan, that's saying a whole lot.
Oh.
So she's a fan too. So uh, nah, I feel like Charles. It's a lot. Like probably one of my favorite bands that we play with is 13 minutes, just because
Hmm.
Jamie pretty
Yeah.
much took us under his wings and stuff like that, man. And he always looks out for us, man. If he's doing something, he's always shouting out Tricord to try to do it with them and stuff like that. And he's always been a dope dude for us. And all the guys in 13 minutes, man, they're all just great friends of ours. I'll tell you a band that is on the heavier side, but they are super fun to watch live, and that's Gratitude TX, bro.
Ooh,
Gratitude
hadn't
Texas. Oh my god, dude, they are
hadn't
so
heard them.
next level, man. They are next level, man, and they're so fun to watch live.
Wow.
Noah's stage presence is off the charts. Uh, I feel like I have to try to keep up with that guy anytime I know we're about to play a show with him, and I'm like, dude,
Ooh.
I gotta step it up a notch.
In other words,
um,
it's like you're playing Mario and you got to level up.
yeah, man. We played with Disciple a number of times. They're always fun. So Disciple's fun. Um, I'm just trying to think of. We got a lot of friends in other bands and stuff, man, and they're all just great to be around and stuff like that. Uh, so yeah, yeah.
So I got a story about the protest. So I saw the protest when the China virus hit in 2020 or 2021, whatever it was, and it was 7 Day Slumber, the protest, Relent with their original lineup. It was those three bands, and they played a church in Mobile, Alabama, and I don't remember the name of the church. But at the time, when the virus hit, there was not a single band in the world touring. There was artists losing money left and right. Like nobody, Eminem, none of the big name bands, but there was three bands touring, and it was those three bands. And I went to it, and I'm on the 7 Day Slumber Street team, and so like that was a really awesome show. I got to meet the guys in the protest, and then meet Relent, and they put on a heck of a show. It was hot, but it was a great show. And all these people got to hear Jesus that night. And when the protest did their song Noise Revolution, man, that was a fire song. And one thing I credit the concert to was that it was three Christian bands. Like you got all these mega bands and multi-millionaires wasn't even touring. but 3 Christian bands were, and that's all glory to God.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Amen.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that. And that just goes to show you that God can do anything. He can do what he wants to.
Yeah, for sure.
And
For sure.
something else I think of too is people got to get out of this other bubble too. This is bubble number 2 that drives me crazy. Is people see these bands and they look on YouTube, and if they see they got 15 million views or 345 million views, they're automatically good. In my opinion, a lot of that's just trash. It's
Mhm.
just somebody that's popular. And a lot of times it's good bands like you guys that don't get millions and millions of streams is where the music's at. I try to tell people, just because they got a big following, that don't mean jack doo doo. Like
Yeah.
it's these bands that don't have a lot of views, don't have this big massive fan base, and like they're sharing the gospel. That's where it's at. That's what I like.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's true, man.
And
That's
you know, so,
true.
and so many times people take these other bands as the gospel of truth, and which they're like, oh, well, they got a big name. I'm going to go see them. Like, okay. And I tell you something else that my pastor brought up Sunday. So I listen to country music. I listen to southern rock. I listen to bluegrass. I listen to country rap. But the majority of the music I listen to is Christian rock and Christian rap music, and then I'll throw in country. Those 3 is what I listen to the most. And and so like they had a Morgan Wallen concert this weekend. I'm not big on him because he's kind of like pop music instead of country. But anyways, so I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest with you. He's not real country music. And so my pastor brought this up Sunday. I don't remember exactly what the name of the lesson was at church, but he talked about how, like, and I've seen it all over Facebook, how people had went to this Morgan Wallen concert, and I noticed that my church was a little bit slimmer than normal, and some people wasn't there for various reasons, whatever. But one of the things he brought up, and he's one of those people, he don't care what people think, he's going to speak it, and he says, and he tied this in with his lesson. He said, one thing I noticed is like, just an example is like, well, and this may not be word for word how he said it, but he said, well, I noticed we had this Morgan Wallen concert yesterday. Everybody's all fired up and sharing that, but you don't see him at church today. You don't see him sharing the church or sharing the live feed, whatever. And I was like, whoa, like he just went there. I said, hey, I like it. And it's sad, but that's the way the world lives now.
Yo.
Because just imagine, and I was just using, Morgan as an example, but just imagine if somebody got as excited about somebody like that as they do church. If somebody got that excited about going to seeing a Christian band as they do a big mainstream band, the world would be in a better place.
Yeah.
Mm.
People just make too many excuses when it comes to the things of God. And I will say it like this: is Westernized Christianity. Matter of fact, Charles and I were having a conversation about this kind of sort of the other day, talking about surface level Christianity and
Hmm.
how we as a band are striving to be more than just surface level Christians and just giving surface level Christianity, man. There has to be depth with the way that we walk, the way that we talk, and the way that we serve God. Um, I think, and I'll just say it, man. And if I ruffle some feathers or upset somebody, please know that my heart isn't to be offensive to you, but we make too many pathetic excuses for not seeking the heart of God. Um,
Exactly.
Mhm.
we stayed up too late. Oh, I'm so tired. I stayed up too late. I'm not going to church today. Oh, I got a little sniffle. I'm going to stay home because I don't want to go to church today. And this, that, and the third. But we don't make those same excuses for work. We don't make those same excuses to do something that entertaining. We don't make, like, and this, that, and the third. We don't make those same excuses. but we make every excuse in the book to not pursue the heart of God. And honestly, man, it's going to be a sad day. People don't understand. Literally, like the scariest verse in the Bible is when Jesus in Matthew was saying, "Many will say on that day, Lord, Lord, I casted out demons in your name. I healed the sick in your name. Did all these things for you in your name." And he's going to be like, "Depart from me, I never knew you." Who
Exactly.
the heck are you? Like that's and he's not saying that to lost people. No, those people are people who quote unquote follow Jesus, who quote unquote minister for Jesus, who quote unquote do these things for Jesus and stuff. Because if you don't have if we don't move past surface level Christianity into depth and in true relationship with Jesus, then we're going to hear those unfortunate words at the end, um,
Exactly.
and not hear the good job, you did well, my good and faithful servant, kind of type deal. Like,
Hmm.
and we just it westernized Christianity just sickens me, man. It's
That's
pathetic,
right.
and
It is.
and again, I'm not meaning to try to offend anybody, but it really is. It's pathetic. The literally, Charles and I were talking about this too the other day. Um, there's a lot of people who think they're planted in good soil, like the parable that Jesus gave, but they're gonna realize they're in thorny soil, man. They're allowing just everything to distract them and choke them out slowly. I'll be the first to admit to you, I was even starting to get to that place where I was allowing my business and allowing work and allowing this and that to just like slowly distract me from getting deeper into pursuit in the heart of God. And I had to catch myself and be like, yo, man, like you surface leveling right now, bro. You gotta go deep. And I've made those adjustments to start, pursuing deeper and stuff like that, man. But we just make too many excuses. We make too many lame excuses, man, and that's why. Imagine
Dude.
imagine what this world would be like if we really pursued the heart of God, walked in our calling and our purpose that God has designed for us, and walk in the authority and the character that He has given us as well, to walk in. We have literally Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is the cheat code for it all for those of us who are believers, and we have the ability to have power that the world doesn't have, abilities the world doesn't have and stuff, just because of Holy Spirit, but we don't access it. We stay so surface level. We check off our fancy little, I went on a Wednesday, Tuesday, or Thursday night, or I went on a Sunday, and we check these little boxes off, man, and don't surrender our heart fully to Him.
Woo,
And
you
it's
preaching.
Hmm.
I love it. I love it. Keep preaching. I love it. You speaking what I'm thinking. Hey, if you guys step
uh,
on people's toes, you go ahead. I'm cool with it.
yeah, I ain't trying to. I'll be on here forever. We'll be on here a whole nother hour or two.
Hey, look, I tell you what, like I do I do a lot of different things on my off time from work. Like I'm an announcer at a dirt track race. I coon hunt obviously, and then I love off roading. And there's this off road park me and my best friend Josh used to go to all the time. Hadn't been in a while, and it's called Bob's and Boulders. And one night I spent the night with Josh at his house because he lives about close to an hour from me. And so I spent the night at his house, and we went to Bob's and Boulders. And so he was bragging, and he was bragging about he had a 660 Yamaha Grizzly four wheeler at the time, and he was bragging about these new axles he just bought. And this is on a Sunday when we went riding up there at the park. And he's like, "Yeah, I bought these new Gorilla axles. They're the best ever." Well, the first mud hole he hits, I kid you not, snapped one of them brand new axles.
Oh, man.
And
No.
we had to limp the four wheeler back to the campground where we parked at the front of the off road park. I looked at Josh. I said, "You know what?" I said, "That's the Lord telling us that we need to be in church on Sunday instead of being at Bob's and Boulders." And you know what? I hadn't been back on a Sunday since. Like I learned my lesson.
That's funny.
And so
That's how
like
it is.
I try not to miss on a Sunday. Like But like you said, a lot of people go on Wednesdays and Sundays just to check a little box to say I've been seen, but then during the week there's somebody totally different. And
Hmm.
it's sad. I see it. I see it. I mean, I may not say something or call it out, but I see it. I'm like, man, this is like wow.
Yeah,
No,
man. No, for real, for real.
it's one of the
Uh,
it's one of the coolest things for me about being part of this ministry. Like it's one of the things that the music. I love playing music. You know what? That's great. But what really solidified the deal for me is just how available um, we make ourselves after we play. We're available for the biggest ministry part of our whole ministry is at the merch table when we're praying on people and loving on people, and it's so we're the only Bible some of these people will ever see. You know,
yeah,
a lot, especially like in the bar situation. There's not that there's we're the only Bible they're going to see, and so we have to make the best with the time that we have, and that was just just the heart of this ministry. For that and for the fans and to be accessible. We don't hide in the green room. We're just us and just showing the love of Jesus, and it's super cool. It's my favorite part of what we do by far.
yeah,
I'm
man.
I'm growing into it. I'm not necessarily a people person, but I'm learning to see. I'm learning to see people through the eyes of Christ, which is a lot different than fleshly eyes for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I love going to shows and meeting artists. And I'm not gonna lie, I know most of you guys are just average normal people, but I still can't help but nerd out when I meet certain people. And like I'll probably be that way when I meet y'all, but like when I met ASAP Preach, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my dude, this is ASAP Preach. And I got in line and Cliff's looking at me. And I go up to him and I said, hey man, and he was super friendly. Like he was mingling with all the fans all day at the show before he went on. And he asked me a question. I told him, I said, man, I love your song Spirit Burning. And he tested my knowledge. And there's a line in the song where it says, where it says, stay grounded like some earthworms. And he said, stay grounded like what? And I said, earthworms. And he went nuts. He's like, hey, you got it. That's cool. And so like he thought that was the coolest thing that I knew the lyrics to that song. And I told him, I said, man, I may not have a singing voice, but I can rap that song backwards and forwards. And like just the interaction with the artist and the fans, that means a lot because so many artists, like I know some of the bigger artists, they have to charge for a meet and greet. And some of it's like super high, but the ones that are just free, where you just go out there and meet the artist, those are the best.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and I got a story I'll share in a second. But TJ says, "Hey, Aaron, do you play any other instruments than just bass?"
My primary instrument is bass. I can play a little bit of cello. I can play the trumpet. Um, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Awesome, that is cool.
TJ also had another really cool question.
Why am I nerd?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah,
Nice.
where that? Let's see. Uh, I meant to
Is
say a
is
question.
is above that.
What is this, the Riddler?
He said, "Hey,
Okay,
there we
yeah.
go."
What? There you go. Yeah, what are your opinions about comparison, complacency, and favoritism?
They're all the thieves of joy.
It's right.
Dang, that was a
100%.
quick answer.
Thieves of joy. I
My
like it.
bad. I call ace ace and a spade a spade. I mean,
Hey, call it like it is.
My man called it simple. He said, "I ain't going into some deep freaking conversation about it."
Hey, I like it. That's cool.
No, it's true
Where,
though.
so where
Way
the
to
heck
go.
is Corey Greer?
Who knows?
he did say something about he was just getting to his vehicle from work or something. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's going back to work or if he's going home. That dude been getting some crazy time here lately.
he busier than a one-armed trombone player.
Man, he
Oh man,
paying
I'm
he
trying to
paying
tell
Uncle
you.
Sam and everybody else.
I'm telling you.
So here's a story to kind of tie in with meeting people where they're at and talking with them. So because I'm an announcer at a dirt track, do y'all like dirt track racing or ever been?
I've been. Corey and I actually went one time when we were in Illinois. Illinois? Yeah. No. Was it Indiana? It was Indiana. Yeah. We were
You
in.
talk about when I stayed at the Airbnb
Yeah, and Corey and I went to the race.
and yeah, all that fighting and whatnot. Yeah. Uh, where were we? I don't know. I was asleep. I know that much.
So what'd you think?
It was fun. It was cool. Loud but
All right,
cool.
all right, cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hook you guys up with some tickets to the racetrack I work for.
Oh, cool.
No way. No way.
So so Miss Marilyn, her husband owns a racetrack, and
Huh?
her son races there. Her whole family races there. They either race there or they work there. And so her husband owns a track, and Isaiah helps run it. And then Isaiah also races the dirt late model class. Well, they give us tickets. I don't have any right now, but I'm going to be getting some. They give us tickets to hand out to people that's never been to a race before. So y'all let me know if y'all ever down this way. It's an hour and 20 minutes from my house in the little town of Flumiton, but I'll save
Mhm.
y'all some grandstand admission tickets.
Nice.
It
Heck
sounds
yeah.
like we need
So
to do a concert there.
I was just thinking that wouldn't it be cool to set up right
yes,
in the middle of the track and
Yeah,
everybody's
right
racing
in the middle
around
of
and
the
yes,
track. Yeah.
yes. Look,
I thought the same
so
exact thing.
that's a really good. So a while back, I was talking with Joshua Redden from Malcor because me and him talk a lot, and he's been on the show a bunch. I was trying to get a show there a while back. It would be Malcor, Matt Stefano, and Phoenix Hip Hop, and it never worked out sadly. But I want it to eventually work out, and I want you guys. That would be super cool to have you guys play at the racetrack because for one, on race day, we have a lot of fans there, and we wouldn't be able to do it at intermission because intermission is about an hour. And then once that's over, like the drivers are getting the cars ready during intermission for the features. But if we could do it like before the races even start and all these fans are
Oh yeah.
there, that'd be lit. And one cool thing about me being the announcer is I get to play all kinds of music. And I have to play a lot of country music. If not, people get mad and complain that I don't play. So, but I mix in Christian music. I try to mix in a little bit of Christian rap and Christian rock. So now that I got this new song, I'm gonna add it to my playlist for this weekend when I'm working.
nice.
And
Yay.
so I love playing Christian music on the PA system at the racetrack. I try not to put it all in a row because then I'll get complaints. But like I love mixing it in there because one, I'm with the radio station. I just love Jesus music. And so last year, here's a powerful story for you. So last year I got two trucks. One of them is my first truck I've had since I was 16. I'm 40 now, and then I've got my newer truck which I got in 2020. And so both my trucks have always had problems breaking down and whatnot. And so while my blue truck, the transmission grenaded in it for various reasons, my Colorado. And so I was having it fixed. And then my Rice Rocket, my little Nissan Frontier, transmission was blown up in it. And so both were down. So my dad let me borrow his Subaru SUV he had at the time. And so I was going to a race one night and I go to the countryside to get there. And there's a little old community called Range in Alabama. And the only thing in Range is a volunteer fire department and a bunch of houses and maybe one timber company. That's it. And so I'm going through Range and most of the season last year going to the races, we race every 2 weeks. And most of the season, I'd go past this fire station. And I work at a Mac dealership full time in a mechanic shop during the week. And so I see this antique Mac fire truck sitting out there for about a year. And And I said, man, why are they letting this? I've never seen one of these Macs before. I said, why are they letting this thing go to ruin out here in this field? I said, man, that's a shame. And it looked like it was from the 70s, 60s. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to stop and look at it. And I finally decided I was going to stop. Well, I stopped to look at it. I got a picture of it. So, man, this is a cool truck. Well, I go to back up. And as I'm backing up in this little field, I'm looking out this window here, the driver's side window, when I should have been looking in the backup camera. And when I didn't, all I heard was boom. And I said, oh man, I just destroyed my dad's car. He's going to kill me. And so I pull up, and sure enough, I backed into a fire hydrant, and it centered that bumper and bent it in. I said, man, this is crazy. So I was upset. So I get to the racetrack and I see Miss Marilyn up there at the top of the tower, and she's telling me. So me and her, I asked her again about doing the concert, and we were talking about that, and I was fired up that we was talking about that. And then she gives me some bags to pass out some T-shirts to the fans during intermission as giveaways. I said, okay, cool, I can do that. And so she's telling me about that. My mood just instantly changes. I'm a little bit better. And so I'm getting ready to do that. And we get with our hot lap session, which is basically a free practice session for the drivers. And it's usually 3 laps per class. And so we're getting ready to do that. And I'm looking out the tower door on top of the tower where I'm announcing that. And I walk out on a little platform out there where the stairs are at. I see all the fans staring back at the highway. And the track is built in the middle of a swamp. The name of the nickname of the track is called The Swamp because they built it in a big swamp. And so I'm looking out at the highway. There's a brand new dollar store they built in front of the racetrack. And I'm looking at there, and I hear sirens everywhere. I see all the fans looking out there. I said, what in the world? And I see sirens. I see red lights everywhere. And so I go inside, and I get on the PA system, and I say, hey, there must be a bad accident out here at the road here. If y'all would, if you're a prayer warrior, please pray. And I want everybody to stop what they're doing and praying. And so not even 2 minutes later, I walk back outside, and this girl walks to the bottom of the tower, and she says, hey, she said, I just want to give you an update. I said, okay, cool. And she said that there was a wreck out there at the highway. A family got hit head on. The car burnt down to the ground, but they got out of the car okay. And I said, oh, well, great. Thank you for telling me that. So I go back in and I announce, I'm like, hey, praise report, there's a wreck and family's okay. Thanks for praying. So I go about my business, and we get through with the heat races. The heat races is what determines where you're going to start in the feature. So we get done with the heat races, and it gets about intermission. And Jamie, which is Isaiah's sister, she was the race director for a while. She just stepped down, but she's in the room next to me, and she's talking with Isaiah's wife. And then I hear a knock on the door. I looked at Jamie and said, hey, somebody's knocking on the door right there. And she said, I think that's for you. And my face was like, what? My eyes got to be around as a quarter. I said, okay. And it shouldn't have surprised me, but for some reason it did, because we have people knock on the door all the time. So I walked to the door and opened it. And it's this guy standing there with his little girl. And the guy says, hey, are you the one? He said, well, they said you were the one that got everybody to pray for those out there in the accident. I said, yes, that was me. And he said, well, I just wanted to let you know that was me and my family that was in that accident. He said, a guy hit us head on going 90 miles an hour. He said, our car caught fire and burnt to the ground. He said, but because you got everybody to pray, he said, we got out of that car. And man, I didn't know what to do. I lost it. I just started crying, and I didn't want him to see me crying because I just don't cry. And I just lost it. And then I tried to hide it. And then I said, you mind if I pray for you? And I prayed for him on the spot, put my hand on him and prayed for him. I didn't know what to say when I got done praying. And I said, here you go. And I gave them a whole bunch of merchandise that we had been giving away at intermission. I said, here you go. Here's one for you and your little girl and the rest of your family. And I said, man, I hate that. And so he told me, he said, yeah, man, we was coming to the race when it happened. I said, man. And so he thanked me. I looked over at Jamie after he left. I said, Jamie, did you hear what he just said? She said, no. And I told her, and I was like, man, my minuscule problem of destroying my dad's car is no more.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what he went through was way worse than. And so then, I kid you not, when the races were over, I went and found Isaiah. He was working on his race car. And I said, Isaiah, did you hear what happened? He said, no. I told him the story. He said, oh, I know that guy. He said, he comes after every race, he comes and finds me in the pits and thanks us for what we do. And I said, wow. He's like, you know why God sent him up there? He said, he sent him up there because he knew you needed that.
Mm.
And I said, whoa. And then, so after every race, my buddy Jamie that races, me and his family, we always go to the Whataburger down the road there in Bruton. And so we went to the Whataburger, and this is close to 2 a.m. I made a post on Facebook about it. I was not expecting anybody to see my post or say anything. And I had dozens and dozens of comments of people because I shared the story of what happened. And then one of the ladies, Miss Becky, commented on it. And she said, see, God sent him there because he really knew that you need that. And you know what? I wasn't even upset about the car being destroyed. And I told the guy, I was like, hey, look, you find me on Facebook. My name is Jared Hudson. I'm the announcer. And I said, I will save you and your family 5 free tickets to the next race. You just let me know. And he said, okay. And he found me on Facebook that night and sent me a message. And I kept my word, and I had him 5 free tickets the next race. They came there. And I said, man, that's all God.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Just meeting people where they're at, because that I've prayed over somebody before, but I've never actually, done something like that. And since then, I've done it one more time since then, prayed over somebody. But that's just cool how God works.
Yeah, man.
So
that's super cool.
Thank you. And if it ever works out, we can get a concert down that way, or y'all just come up for a concert. I'll make sure and have you some tickets.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
that'd be super fun, man.
It'd be really cool to shoot a video there. I'm telling you what.
Oh, look.
Right, what you got? I'm telling you, what you got? Go hard right there.
Yeah,
right.
At least
Put us in the
for it.
race cars.
Yeah,
Look,
dude.
Oh, racing each other on what you got. That'd be fire.
Okay. Dude, you just gave me an idea.
I bet you got someone who will win the race.
Oh, look, let's do this for real. Let's see if we can do this and set up to do that song and film a music video at the racetrack. I can talk with the Day family and see if we can work something up.
That would be a whole bet. I would
That'd be dope,
10,000% be okay with that.
Cause I love listening to racing music. Like, I'll look up dirt track songs, and there's a country rap group called the Good Old Boys. They filmed a music video in California where they're from. And the name of the song is called Hangtown Speedway. And they filmed it at a racetrack called Placerville Speedway. And sadly, the song's not 100% clean, but it's cool how they filmed the dirt track. Like, they filmed the cars going around the track. They had all kind of footage around the racetrack. And I think a Christian group filming a video at the dirt track, that would be tight.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
What
you got is a good. That's a good racing song. You can use that for a lot of stuff. That song.
Yeah, man, you really could.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get ESPN to buy that song off of us. Use it for football season.
Hey, look, you know what? It's gonna be something. Like, tomorrow, you send me a message, bro. Somebody from ESPN just happened to watch your show, and they called me up about.
Man, that would be so incredibly cool. So incredibly cool.
So I'm going to talk with them, just see what they say, because I think that, because there's a movie that was filmed in Alabama. It's kind of a lower budget movie. I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips of it. But it was filmed at Deep South Speedway, which is going towards the beach there, and it's called Alabama Dirt. It's the name of the movie, and it's got Tracy Lawrence. It's got who else in it? It's got 2 or 3 famous actors. And the former keyboardist for Confederate Railroad, his name is Cody McCarver. He does solo country music now, but he does a lot of gospel music. He's a big Christian, and he filmed a music video called "Let's Get Dirty" down there, which was pretty cool. And I think a rock band like y'all would definitely, like, people could get into it, and you could say, hey, if anybody wants to be in a music video, come down to the racetrack at so and so time. We're gonna film one. I think that'd be.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So. Here's a question before we end the show. What do y'all like to do for fun? I know Charles there, me and him been talking back and forth a lot. He's big into hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at there. That's a big buck.
Only one I got on the wall in 28 years.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
Yes.
Y'all do any fishing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't hunt and I don't fish, although Charles is super jealous because I live on 12 acres and it's just like all the deer that are on my property are, I have daughters and they're, my world would end if I shot one of those deer. But I guess in my spare time, what little I have, my other ministry, before Tricord, my primary ministry before that was I'm a founding member of Forge Brotherhood Motorcycle Club. And we're a Christian-based MC, 3-piece MC. We actually have a prospective charter in all over the South, but in Alabama right now. We got 4 or 5 guys down there. But we're in 10 states, and we just go to the places where the the light doesn't shine. The clubhouses, the 1%ers, and we try to show them that you can still live that lifestyle. You can still have the brotherhood and all the stuff that people love about that lifestyle without having to live that lifestyle. You can do it for Christ. We just like with Tricord, we just try to be there for them. We don't thump them with Bibles. We don't do anything like that. We're there when they need us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what?
My hobbies?
Yeah.
Music. I'm not a outdoorsman, like I'm an outdoorsy person. Like, as far as like I can go trekking through the woods and hike trails and stuff like that. I love being outside, and I'm the extrovert of the group, and so I'm always trying to go on some crazy wild adventure or do something just outlandish. I get bored easy, so I just always want to do something spontaneous and random. But they don't
Awesome.
let me do it because they're planners in the band.
Yeah, it's all right to plan things, but then sometimes I'm kind of a last minute guy, and I'll just say, "Hey, let's go do this."
Let's go. See, we can go do something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's like, yeah, let's do it, without thinking twice about it.
And I always try to plan stuff out in advance that way. But then there's been times where, like, me and one of my best friends, Matt, like there's been times where I'll ask him last minute, "Hey man, you want to go do this?" "Yeah, man, let's go." I'm like, "Yes, thankfully I found somebody." I know it's last minute, but
Yeah.
let's see. Tim Hudson, Jermaine Nixon tries to bread Charles Martin nose hairs. What? What?
I think you meant braid.
Hey man, them things trimmed up, dog. Them things trimmed up. But no lie, a second ago I just got creeped out because I just realized, look at my hands. My phone is following me wherever I move and I'm not touching it. That is crazy.
What the world?
I guess it's this new iPhone stuff, man. But look, literally, like, ooh. Look, this. It can only go so far, though. Boy, my phone, it's a whole spy now.
He's lost it over there.
You're so shut out, bro.
All right, you do it then. Make your phone follow you like a secret spy.
The government spying on us.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
This is not okay.
Oh,
Yeah, wait, did he fall out? Oh, man. Oh.
His phone.
Oh, God.
Man, I thought I noticed it like earlier, but then like I had to, that's what I was over here looking slow for, trying to figure out if it was legit.
Wait, for a minute there, I was like, when he said that, I was like, wait, this ain't David Copperfield. This is.
Oh man,
that's too much.
Dude,
Shut
look,
out, man.
I think that's Jesus spying on us to make sure we act right.
I was about to say, you're gonna say I'm shot out when I start sticking my phone in a sock. Like you record me all the time.
So here's a question for all y'all. What do you call Jesus working out?
Oh, God, not at that joke. Hold on. I'm still laughing.
Jesus getting a workout with me, that's what it is.
Tim just putting it out too. Charles said, I'm sitting here with
If I laugh any harder, I'm gonna pee my pants.
I took his name. I'm
Oh man.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't breathe.
He said I was looking slow.
Oh my God.
That's all, folks.
Okay. So the question is, what do you call Jesus working out?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Jehovah Fitness.
no.
Oh my God.
Look, that's a knee slapper right there.
No.
Look, when I get rich one day, I'm gonna have me a gym, and it's gonna be called Jehovah Fitness. And when you walk in, it's gonna be a picture of Jesus deadlifting the earth.
Nice.
Man, we done lost Jermaine all the way. Oh.
You left himself right off the internet.
Oh,
I don't know. His phone might have died. You know that thing, the battery on that Android, it's just on. I don't know how this battery lasts so long when it be following people like this. Oh, he's back.
Yeah. He got kicked out from laughing.
The man can't keep me down.
No, that Android battery can.
No,
So
I accidentally hit the wrong button.
Oh,
I can't
So
see anything from all the tears from laughter.
So do y'all like Chuck Norris?
I love Chuck Norris. R.I.P. man.
yo,
Yeah, I'm a massive Chuck Norris fan. Like I've got dozens of his movies. Walker Texas Ranger's like the best. Well, and I know every one of his jokes, but like one of the best ones, or in the top list was they said before the Black Eyed Peas met Chuck Norris, they were known as the Peas. And then they said crop circles are Chuck Norris's way of telling the world that sometimes corn needs to lie down.
Chuck Norris jokes were insane back when I was in school.
And you know, like some of his jokes to me are not as funny as they were because he just passed. But like, probably one of the ones that like I laughed so hard when I first heard this, I almost peed my pants. But it said Chuck Norris can hit you so hard your blood will bleed.
God bless America.
And so there's a video interview on YouTube where a lady goes in his house and she interviews him and she asked him how them Chuck Norris jokes got started. And he said, oh, back in 95, 96 or whatever it was, he said, I had a student that was going to Brown University, which is like an Ivy League school. He said, I had a student that was going to Brown University. He said, hey, do you mind if I send you 3 Chuck Norris facts? He's like, sure. And so he said they just blew up from there. It all started with that kid from Brown University.
That's wild.
And most people don't know this, but he was a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Like yes, he told people about Jesus, and he had his he had his little his ministry or whatever. And there's a video. I'll have to send y'all the video, but there's a video where Charles, I think it's the guy's name, he works for the Today Show. And the video was done like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And the Today Show goes to Chuck Norris's ranch in Nacogdoches, Texas, or wherever it's at, or Navasota. And he goes and stays with Chuck Norris for about a weekend. And Chuck Norris is showing him a picture of a tiger. And it's a picture of Chuck Norris next to a tiger. And he starts telling Charles about this tiger. And he says, hey, you know, the trainer says, he's like, you walk up there and the tiger is going, roar, roar. So the tiger is real scary. And he said, the next thing he knew, the trainer said, okay, I want you to slowly get up and back up. And he said, so the tiger did. The tiger slowly got up and backed out.
Dang.
And the look on Charles's face when he seen that, he about fell out. He just looked at him. He's like, what? Is he serious?
That's wild.
So y'all got anybody you want to thank?
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, this has been awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Quake Radio is a huge fan of you guys' music. And this song, as soon as this ends, I'm going to get this song out on the radio station to play.
Awesome.
And anytime y'all want to come on.
We want to thank our label, Resurrection, Aaron Hobbs, and Jen Lamaris with Lamaris Promotions. And we want to thank Jeremy Waller for producing the track, Peter Edwards for helping us write this song, for making this banger. Who else? Thank you to our families, our wives, and children and all for being gracious and patient with us as we embark on this journey in this ministry, man, and being able to do what we need to do and all.
Awesome. That is cool.
Thank everybody who supported and showed love to Tricord so far. Mainly God for all the doors He's opened.
Yeah, I'm with Charles on that. I'm thankful to God for providing this opportunity, and I'm thankful for my wife for also allowing me to pursue this opportunity for sure.
Very cool, very cool. And I've got y'all's website highlighted right there. Y'all be sure and go to tricordmusic.com. And so where can what would it take for somebody to book y'all? Send you an email?
Send us an email at tricordmusic@gmail.com. My wife is the tour manager, so she will get back with you guys as soon as possible.
Very cool, very cool. So do y'all have any upcoming shows?
Awesome. We were going to go to Texas, but we unfortunately had to cancel to finish out the tour. We unfortunately had to cancel those shows this week. But the next upcoming thing is Kingdom Come Festival, which we are super ecstatic about.
Ooh, I hear that's a lit show.
Man, Kingdom Come KCF is the best, man. Absolutely.
A1 Ministries, top tier.
Yep. They are family to us, man. We absolutely adore everybody with A1 Ministries, man. And they really are A1. They are top tier in every capacity. Some of the best people on the planet.
That is awesome. And I hear they're going to do a big tribute to my friend David Patacone that just passed.
They are, man. There's a tribute band actually going to be playing from different artists from different bands.
That's awesome. That is cool, man. I would love to see that one day. Go up there and see KCF.
Oh yeah, man. It's worth it. It's if you definitely can save up a few pennies and go. It is the coolest festival. All 3 days, man. All
Hey,
3 days. What's
Jason
up,
says let's
Jason?
go. So Jason is the owner of Quake Radio. So shout out to Jason for the reason I have this platform here. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
Man, I hope somebody videos y'all's whole set when y'all are down there. At least
we got a couple of surprises that we plan on doing. A couple of new songs and a couple of people jumping on stage that are going to be at KCF on those new songs.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on. We're going to end the show. Is there anything else you want to say or shout out?
No, man, we appreciate the opportunity, man. We don't take these things lightly. Anytime we get a chance to be on a radio or a podcast or some kind of interview of any sort, man, it's an honor, and we appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And I have thoroughly enjoyed this. This is going to go in definitely my top 10 list of. So this is episode 114. So this is a show I will never forget. Especially when he was laughing so hard, like his phone just fell over.
My man,
look, Jesus has a sense of humor, so he's watching this whole show and he's just laughing. It's like, yeah, that boy about peed in his pants from laughing. All right, well, we'll see y'all later. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you,
Not a
brother.
problem. Thank you.
See y'all.
All right, see ya.